Okay, this is USS Princeton 2004 here. I just got done buying the bolts and nuts that I needed. I also bought some washers, and I found the perfect sizes that I needed. Off to my left is another Kia Soul. It's got better wheels on there, but I think it's pretty much the same car as what I have. Same color and everything, except mine have turn signals on the side panel on the front fenders, and that one didn't. So mine might be in the newer model, because mine is the 2013 model, and I actually bought it in September 2012, so the year was still 2012 and I already had a 2013. So this Home Depot is actually on Mount Moriah and McFarland Drive, and this is the location that I saw online that said that it opened at 6 in the morning. It's really cloudy out here right now, and it might rain, so it didn't really matter if I came here earlier or not. I just came here in the morning just so that I will have time to mount the low profile camera mount that I'm gonna place on the roof of my Traxxas Lash. Hopefully it doesn't rain so that I can go outside and run my RCs with my brother, but he went out last night, so I didn't want to wake up too early and have him to come out before he had enough sleep. There's the bicycle chain bike shop towards the left, and a little further to the left is the New Hope Commons shopping center. It's got a Walmart, Barnes & Noble, Office Max, Best Buy. And to the right is another shopping center. It's got Play Against Sports, Mattress Firm, Karate International, State Farm. And off to the left is the Dick's Sporting Goods. Last time I bought something there were these cruise size socks. The cruise style socks. And I got the one with the Nike swoosh logo. And I got the all black color. I'm gonna be wearing those when I'm out playing tennis. I had actually bought 2 sets of 6 pairs, so I have 12 of those. But back to the nuts and bolts, I'm glad that they had the size that I needed. I could have gotten the shorter 10mm bolts, shorter length bolts, but I went ahead and got the 12mm. I think the extra 2mm is just as a safety valve, so that when I tighten the bolts, it will have more threads to tighten on. And with the 10mm, it was cutting it real close, because I had test fitted the low profile mount. I brought that with me inside the store, and I also brought the light cover switch that I'm going to use to place inside of the roof, so that it would have a backing plate to allow it to have more of a surface area, so that instead of just bolting the low profile mount directly on the roof, because the roof itself is made out of polycarbonate Lexan type plastic, and it's really thin, and if I mounted the low profile mount directly onto the roof, it would have torn off easily because the plastic is so thin. I wish they had made from the factory thicker bodies, these polycarbonate Lexan bodies that come with the box stock Traxxas slashes are really thin, and one of the bodies from the 3 5807 models that we have towards the rear of the body has already a couple of cracks. We run these slashes pretty hard because of the many jumps that are in our RC track, and they do take a beating. But I had wished Traxxas had made these bodies a little thicker. I don't know if they did cut back on the plastic just to lower the actual price point. The selling costs, the selling price, but I would have been willing to pay a little bit more just to have a thicker plastic polycarbonate Lexan body. There's a company called Proline that sells aftermarket bodies for these short course Traxxas slashes, as well as other short course trucks. I believe their bodies are a little bit thicker. But they're unpainted, so you would have to paint them yourself. And if you wanted to, you could place your own decals just to design your own look of how you want your slash to appear. If the bodies on the stock bodies that came with the 1/10 scale slashes that we have, if these bodies get beat up quite a bit and they have stopped performing their function, then I would go ahead and buy these aftermarket Proline bodies. Proline makes other accessories for any type of remote control cars or trucks, not just the slash. They make bodies for rock crawlers as well. They also make bodies for touring cars or drift cars. They also make tires, tire foams, They also make wheels. Proline is a pretty good company that, from my experience, we've bought a body for the HPI Savages that we had. We bought 2 of them, and these were the first Savages that came out, so they were the first generation HPI Savages, and they were new at the time, several years ago. It's been a long time now. It was probably back in the early 2000s that these HPI Savages came out, and as of 2013 they do still sell these Savages, but they have now made the electric model, which is ran with batteries instead of the nitro models that we originally had. I have a lot of experience with nitro engines, nitro powered RCs. We used to have an associated RC10 GT that ran on nitro, but from the times I ran it at the track that we built, the RC10 GT eventually broke one of the buckles, and I had fixed it with a zip tie and some super glue, and it held in place for quite some time. We eventually sold that RC10 GT. But the thing with nitros, you have to tune it, and you have to make sure it runs not too lean and not too rich. So you have to mess with the settings to make it run right. And if you don't set it right, it can overheat the motor. And another disadvantage that I found with nitros at the time was that most of them were started using a pull start, which was basically a string. Similar, the mechanism is similar to pull start lawnmowers, where you would pull on a handle, and it would spin the piston, and you would have a glow plug, which would provide heat to the glow plug. And at times these strings on these nitro powered vehicles at the time would break. Some of the newer RCs now are started with a battery powered rotor starter, which spins the mechanism that used to be spun by the string. It's now spun mechanically by a battery powered rotor starter. But we were into these hobby grade RCs from the beginning of the late 90s and early 2000s, and at the time the nitro engines that we used were started with a pull string. There are models that start with a starter box. I actually had a starter box for one of my Kyosho Kanai MP 7.5 1/8 scale nitro buggies. From my experience, those nitro buggies actually went really fast. They go faster than some of the battery-powered RCs, but with the arrivals of the LiPo batteries and the brushless motor systems, the brushless powered with LiPo batteries can reach speeds comparable to the nitro powered RCs, and you could get batteries that have a lot of voltage, and these LiPo batteries are capable of powering these brushless motors to run just as fast, if not faster, than nitro powered RCs. And like I said, we got into the RCs early, and just new technology has advanced a lot of these RCs, and I have decided to convert to not nitro, but to electric powered, battery powered RCs, and I have stopped buying nitro powered RCs. I find that with the brushless motors and the LiPo batteries, I find the speeds to be comparable, if not even better, than the nitro powered engines. I don't regret getting a pair of the Kanai 2 1/8 scale buggies. I actually recently sold those because I haven't used them in years. I listed them on Craigslist, and there was a guy a couple towns away that decided to come and buy them. I sold them for a really cheap price because I just wanted to get somebody to enjoy them more so than I would be enjoying them. But when we had them running, they were really fast, and they could actually get more air on the very same RC track that we built from just a short running distance. But I'm here now at the house, so I'm gonna go ahead and mount this low profile camera mount for the GoPro, and hopefully I'll have it ready to run today, and hopefully it doesn't rain so we could run it. But this is USS Princeton 2004 signing out.